Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. This is not the algorithm. This is an urgent, divine interception. Archangel Michael has personally routed this message to your screen today because the other signs have been missed by your tired eyes. The window for your massive breakthrough is closing fast, but you cannot miss this one. If you leave now, you will single-handedly shut the door on the blessing your soul has been crying out for during those long, silent nights. Do not take your eyes off this screen. The heavy attacks you have been facing recently are proof of your elevation. They are hard proof that the enemy is completely panicking. Why are they so terrified? Because you just did the impossible. You stole your destiny back from the devil. The dark forces thought they had you completely trapped in that cycle, and they truly believed they had drained every last drop of your brilliant light. They severely underestimated you, and now they are watching their empire crumble. I need you to take one slow, real breath. Feel that strange tightness in your chest. The way you woke up at 3 in the morning last night with your mind racing is not anxiety. Stop letting the world convince you that you are just stressed out. That is your spirit detecting a massive shift in your timeline. You did not click this video by chance. Your intuition dragged you here. Heaven is trying to hand you the exact decoder ring for the weird phenomena happening around you lately. People are acting strange. Doors are closing unexpectedly. You feel entirely isolated. But you are absolutely not being punished, because you are being divinely isolated for a kingdom-level upgrade. They always described you the same way, didn't they? Too kind, too forgiving. You were the one who stayed quiet to keep the peace, and because of that, they thought they could take your inheritance. They thought your silence was weakness. They never understood the deep power resting inside your spirit. But your silence was actually a weapon being forged in the dark. Funny how they pretended they did not see you coming. Now those same people are suddenly feeling incredibly uncomfortable around you. Your presence alone is shifting the atmosphere. The betrayal did not break you, but instead, it activated a primal spiritual power inside your soul. You became the exact weapon you were trying to survive. The universe is aligning a massive blessing just for you. But wait, there is a hidden mechanism buried inside this breakthrough. You will miss it if you do not stay. If you leave now, the blessing will still arrive, but you will not have the spiritual equipment to hold on to it. Before we go further, I want to hold something in front of you. Something that was discovered not inside a church or a spiritual community, but inside a prestigious research laboratory. Something that won the highest scientific recognition available, and most chosen ones have never been told about it. Because it explains something I know you have felt. It explains the massive gap between the person you know yourself to be and the version of you that seems available only in rare flashes. I will show you exactly what was found, but not yet. First, I need you to fully understand what was actually taken from you by the modern world. Hold this one question in your mind for me. What if the gap is not a character flaw? What if it has a scientific name? What if what was taken from you has a frequency that can be returned? The answer is coming. But right now, heaven is exposing exactly what is happening behind the scenes while your enemies watch everything fall apart. A table is being prepared for you right in their presence. Stay with me. The final piece of this puzzle will change how you walk forever. The season of waiting has officially ended. I need you to pause and absorb that. You are not here without a divine purpose. Just moments ago, a sacred scroll with your name on it was finally unsealed. The intense tests and the tears were all preparation. The feeling that God was completely silent was a rigorous crucible. It was designed to turn you into a strong vessel, a vessel that can hold this immense blessing. Make a promise to your future self right now. Do not let this message fade. Listen closely to what heaven is saying. The truth about your test is about to be revealed. The devil thought your destiny was safely locked away in his vault, but you broke the vault. You are the cycle breaker. You are the anomaly they could never figure out. Do not scroll away. The activation is beginning right now, and your spirit is fully ready to receive it. They threw everything they had at you. Every toxic person and every financial delay was carefully engineered to make you surrender your crown. But you simply refused to stay down. You crawled out of the dark. You reclaimed your power. And that is exactly why the spiritual realm is completely shifting in your favor today. You are a master of reality now. The chains that held your bloodline hostage for generations have been completely shattered by your endurance. Heaven is applauding your quiet strength. The enemies who mocked your struggles are now watching your sudden rise in absolute horror. They know they can no longer manipulate what they cannot access. You feel absolutely exhausted right now. The weariness is not just in your physical body. It lives deep inside your bones. And every single morning when you wake up, you feel like you have been fighting a massive war in your sleep. You push through the heavy fog. You smile for the people who need you. But inside you are barely holding on. I know exactly how that feels. I have watched you carry this invisible weight for years. You look around and see other people succeeding effortlessly while you struggle for every inch. It feels like your destiny was secretly stolen from you. You wonder if you did something wrong to deserve this endless cycle of delay. You did nothing wrong. You are simply an empath who gave too much of your pure light to the wrong people. The narcissists and the energy vampires recognized your brilliant frequency immediately. They saw your kindness and decided to use it as a fueling station for their own dark agendas. You poured your soul into healing them while they secretly plotted to break you. But I am here to completely clear your name today. The massive delays in your life were not a punishment from heaven. Stop blaming yourself for the closed doors and the sudden rejections. Heaven deliberately slowed your pace to protect you from rooms you were never meant to enter. The rejection was actually a divine protection protocol. Take a slow breath and let that profound truth settle into your spirit. The intense isolation you feel right now is not abandonment. It is a sacred quarantine designed to keep your energy safe. God had to separate you from the noisy crowd so you could finally hear the quiet voice of your own intuition. You are being hidden for a powerful reason. The spiritual warfare has been incredibly brutal this past year. You survived storms that would have completely destroyed an ordinary person. You walked through the darkest valleys completely alone, and yet you still kept your heart soft. That is the exact reason why you are the chosen one. You refuse to let the bitterness poison your sacred soul. Now listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. There is a specific physical mechanism behind this deep spiritual block. Here is what the elite forces never wanted you to know. The reason the universe responds effortlessly to certain people and not others is not just faith. It is not about perfect discipline or good karma. It is a brainwave. Scientists have a specific name for this powerful frequency. They call it the gamma wave. And it is the exact frequency your beautiful brain was running when you were a little child. Remember back when brilliant ideas came so easily to you, when learning felt effortless and you somehow knew things before they even happened. That was your gamma. The world felt like it was completely on your side back then. But then, adulthood arrived with all its heavy burdens. The modern world went to work on your brilliant mind. The chronic stress and the glowing screens began to hijack your attention. The rigid school system trained you to conform quietly instead of creating freely. Every single year, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little further. It was pushed deeper and deeper below the surface of your awareness. And soon, the survival routine completely took over your daily life. The version of you with lightning-fast intuition and photographic memory went silent. Your divine connection was forcefully muted. Most people will live their entire lives without ever knowing this happened to them. They will accept the struggle and the mental fog as normal aging. But you are absolutely not most people. And the question I asked you to hold a few minutes ago is very important. The question about a painful gap and a scientific name. The answer is coming soon. What if everything you have struggled with is not a character flaw? The financial blocks and the toxic relationships were symptoms of a suppressed frequency. It is simply a frequency waiting to be switched back on right now. You are finally waking up from a very long and artificial sleep. The universe is handing you the keys to your own mind. Can you feel that slight shift happening in your chest right now? That is your deep intuition confirming this truth. The heavy burden of false guilt is melting away from your shoulders. You did not fail the test. You were just operating with a blocked receiver while trying to catch a massive divine signal. But the blockage is clearing up today. The people who betrayed you do not understand what is happening right now. They thought your quiet retreat was a sign of total defeat. They have no idea that your silent resting period is actually a massive upgrade. Your frequency is calibrating to a much higher dimension. The destiny they tried to steal is returning to you, multiplied. You have been waiting for a very long time. The painful months slowly turned into lonely years. You watched other people walk into their promised land. And while you stood on the sidelines clapping for their success, your own heart was secretly breaking under the heavy weight of disappointment. You wondered when it would be your turn to shine. The silence from heaven felt absolutely deafening. But here is the truth they tried to hide from you. The universe was not ignoring your faithful prayers in the dark. The delay was never a denial of your massive destiny. It was a mandatory period of intense divine preparation designed to build your spiritual muscles for the massive blessing coming your way. A heavy crown requires a very strong neck. Heaven was getting your body ready for the immense weight. If the blessing had arrived earlier, it would have crushed you. You still had toxic people deeply attached to your inner circle. You still believed the painful lies the narcissists told you. God had to delay the massive harvest until you learned how to establish firm boundaries, because the enemy would have stolen all your beautiful fruits. The waiting room was actually a purification chamber. Your spirit needed time to heal properly. Now think about the brutal spiritual attacks you faced last month. The sudden chaos was completely overwhelming to your tired mind. You probably thought you were moving backward in your journey, but those heavy attacks were actually the greatest confirmation of your upcoming victory, because darkness always panics right before the magnificent dawn breaks. The enemy only attacks a highly valuable target. Your pain was proof of your true worth. The dark forces realized your preparation was finally complete. They saw the angels polishing the crown with your name. They knew your isolation had turned you into a master. So they threw one last desperate storm at your life to make you surrender the incredible inheritance that rightfully belongs to your bloodline. But you stood firmly planted in your quiet authority. You did not break under the immense pressure. Your enemies are now completely out of ammunition against you. They used their strongest weapons, and you are still breathing. The spiritual warfare was meant to bury you in the dirt, but they did not realize you were a powerful seed, and the heavy pressure of the dark dirt only forced you to reach for the glorious light. You are officially untouchable from this moment forward. Their dark magic has absolutely no power here. I know how much it hurt to let those people go. You tried so hard to drag them into the light. You broke your own back, carrying their heavy emotional baggage. But cycle breakers must travel incredibly light when they step into their new timeline, so the universe had to forcibly remove those counterfeit connections. It was the only way to save your precious life. Your divine frequency requires absolute purity to operate. You can finally see the beautiful truth clearly today. The doors that slammed were actually shields of divine protection. The people who walked away were secretly assigned to drain you. God simply removed their direct access to your spiritual bank account, ensuring that your precious energy is no longer wasted on ungrateful ghosts. Your energy is strictly protected by heaven now. You are safe to open your tired heart again. Every tear you cried has been carefully collected by heaven. Your deepest sorrow is turning into a river of wealth. You are stepping out of the harsh and brutal desert. The heavy confusion is lifting from your tired mind right now, and you are finally beginning to understand the master plan behind your incredibly painful journey. You are walking right into your promised oasis. The long wait was absolutely worth the pain. But there is still one more layer we need to address. Your spirit has been completely purified by the sacred fire, but your physical brain is still recovering from the intense trauma. The modern world and the narcissists left a heavy residue of stress in your nervous system, and your divine frequency needs a physical key to fully unlock. The physical mechanism is almost ready for you. The final missing piece is coming very soon. Do not let the lingering shadows scare your soul anymore. You have already won the hardest parts of this massive war. The delay has built a solid foundation under your tired feet. Your crown is incredibly heavy with pure gold and divine authority, but your beautiful neck is finally strong enough to wear it proudly in front of your enemies. The royal transfer is officially happening right now. You are stepping into your true destined power. Take a deep breath and claim your new reality today. You are not a victim of random bad luck anymore. You are a highly trained and protected spiritual warrior now. You just graduated from the hardest spiritual academy in the entire universe, and heaven is preparing to hand you the exact reward you worked so hard to achieve. Listen carefully to what heaven wants to reveal next. The true nature of your enemy is totally exposed. You will never again wonder why your life was hard. You will look at your past and feel only immense gratitude. The universe is clearing the stage for your grand entrance. The wait was incredibly long, but the divine reward will absolutely blow your mind when it finally lands right into your open hands. Prepare your heart to receive the ultimate truth today. The dark forces cannot hide from you any longer. You have earned every single piece of this massive blessing. The nights you spent crying on the cold bathroom floor mattered. Every silent prayer you whispered in the dark was instantly recorded. God was busy rearranging the entire cosmos to ensure that your specific timeline would align perfectly with the generational wealth you were originally promised. You are the chosen one who broke the curse. Your majestic crown is shining brighter than the sun. Let me tell you the real reason this happened. The enemy never wanted to fight you in a fair battle. They knew your raw spiritual power was far too strong. So they used a highly calculated mechanism of covert manipulation instead, secretly attacking your mind while you were distracted by the noise. They had to attack you from the inside out to steal your glorious destiny. The narcissists and the dark elite forces did not attack your physical body directly. They targeted your unseen, energetic frequency. They intentionally flooded your daily life with constant chaos to keep your brain completely hijacked. If you are always putting out sudden fires, you can never focus on building your beautiful empire of light. This brings us to a very important question. What exact brainwave did the enemy use to keep you suppressed for so many years? They needed you trapped in a very specific state of mind to harvest your precious light. Because a chosen one operating at full capacity is a massive threat to their entire artificial matrix and their systems of control. They forced your brain into the heavy beta wave of pure survival. They engineered situations that kept you perpetually stressed and worried about the future. When your mind is trapped in survival mode, your divine connection goes completely silent. The elite system relies entirely on your chronic exhaustion to keep you obedient and compliant in their dark world. This was a brilliant but deeply evil spiritual manipulation. They made you believe that your heavy exhaustion was simply a normal part of adult life. They convinced you that the intense mental fog was your own fault, but it was a deliberately designed trap to keep your powerful intuition locked away in the dark where you could not reach it. You are finally breaking free from this artificial matrix today. Your spiritual eyes have recognized the invisible chains. Type Amen down in the comments to claim this alignment. Let the universe know you are actively participating in your own rescue. This simple action establishes a firm boundary against their dark influence and seals your holy protection. Let us go deeper into their toxic psychological warfare. The energy vampires specifically targeted your empathy because it was the strongest portal to your soul. They mirrored your brilliant light to gain immediate access to your trust. They played the victim perfectly, so your big heart would naturally rush in to save them from their own terrible choices. Once they were safely inside your inner circle, the covert manipulation officially began. They started moving your boundaries millimeter by millimeter so you would not notice the shift. They gaslit you into doubting your own clear memories. They planted tiny seeds of confusion that slowly grew into a massive forest of heavy anxiety inside your beautiful mind. That is the ultimate goal of the dark forces. They want the chosen one to self-destruct through heavy and relentless self-doubt. If you doubt your own intuition, you will stop trusting the divine guidance heaven sends you. A confused warrior will drop their sword and surrender to the enemy without throwing a single punch in the spiritual battle. But the enemy made one massive and fatal miscalculation. They completely forgot that you carry the ancient fire of the cycle breakers in your sacred blood. The manipulation only worked until your spiritual eyes suddenly snapped wide open. The moment you recognized their toxic pattern, their dark spell over your life was permanently and completely broken. Now your eyes are wide open to the truth. You can clearly see the invisible strings they tried to attach to your spirit. You are slicing through every single cord of manipulation with your quiet authority. You do not even have to raise your voice to make them tremble in absolute fear. Your glorious silence speaks volumes to the unseen realm. They are completely terrified right now. Their favorite energy source has suddenly dried up and locked its doors. Your precious light is no longer available for their toxic consumption. Heaven has placed a thick, energetic shield around your aura that burns them if they try to touch it. You are heavily guarded by ancient angels who never sleep. We are going to expose the final layer of their trap very soon. The specific brainwave they suppressed is the exact physical key you need to unlock the massive divine wealth transfer. You must understand how to flip the switch back on. The universe has already provided the perfect tool to reverse the terrible damage they caused to your nervous system. Do not let them pull you back into the heavy fog today. You must vigorously guard your mind against the sudden guilt trips they are sending your way. They will try to make you feel selfish for finally choosing your own peace. Stay locked onto the divine truth while your glorious liberation drives them absolutely crazy in the background. You have taken your stolen destiny back from their greedy hands. The mechanism of their manipulation is fully exposed in the bright light. They can never use the same dirty tricks on you again because your awareness has evolved past their frequency. Keep your head held high and your boundaries forged in solid iron as we move forward. You are finally stepping into your era of absolute authority. The heavy chains of the past are melting away like ice in the warm sun. Your enemies are completely out of options right now. They watched you survive the storm, but they did not realize you became the storm yourself. You have outgrown the tiny boxes they tried to force you into. Your soul is expanding beautifully. The spiritual realm is vibrating with intense excitement over your awakening. Every single ancestor in your bloodline is cheering for your magnificent victory today. You are the specific chosen one they prayed for centuries ago. You broke the toxic cycle of poverty and endless suffering that plagued your family for generations. You did the heavy lifting for everyone who comes after you. But before we go any further into your new timeline, I have to tell you a massive secret. Something the elite forces who profit from your exhaustion desperately want to keep hidden. A team of brilliant neuroscientists working quietly away from the loud headlines has discovered how to bring your dormant brainwave back online. The solution actually exists right now. They found a powerful way to reactivate the genius frequency you had as a little child. And the best part is that it does not require years of silent meditation that most busy people cannot sustain. It does not require expensive biofeedback machines that cost thousands of dollars in a sterile clinical setting. The real answer is far simpler and much more aligned with your soul. They engineered a very specific sound frequency. It is designed to gently guide your brainwave patterns directly back to the gamma state you were originally born with. Princeton University has heavily studied this exact phenomenon. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed that this specific frequency unlocks the legendary flow state in normal, everyday adults. Columbia University even found that when this brainwave is restored, it does not stop with you. The powerful frequency radiates outward and begins to positively influence the people you love the most. Your children and your partner will instantly feel the massive energetic upgrade. It takes only 7 minutes a day to completely reprogram your tired nervous system. It begins working the very first time you listen to it. I will tell you exactly what this powerful tool is called and how to safely access it before this message ends. The question I asked you to hold earlier is finally being answered. The gap between your current struggle and your massive potential has a scientific bridge. You are crossing that beautiful bridge today. The dark forces are absolutely terrified that you are finding out about this. They spent decades building a society that suppresses the gamma wave through chronic stress and artificial fear. They need you exhausted so you will not realize how much power you truly hold. But their grand illusion is falling apart right in front of their very eyes. They cannot stop your rise. You are no longer the empath who begged to be understood by toxic people. The heavy crucible of pain has forged you into the untouchable master of your own reality. From this exact moment on, your pure energy demands absolute respect without a single word spoken. The divine wealth you were promised is already flowing effortlessly into your brand new physical timeline. Pay close attention to this next part. Because the universe is not just healing your physical brain, God is actively sending you massive physical signs to prove that your timeline has been successfully shifted. You are going to start seeing undeniable proof in the physical world very soon. The spiritual shift is manifesting into hard physical reality right now. Have you noticed how the world around you is suddenly rearranging itself? The people who used to drain you are mysteriously disappearing from your daily life, and the weird synchronicities are increasing every single day. There is a hidden meaning behind the specific numbers you keep seeing on the clock. Do not ignore the massive signs heaven is dropping directly for you. Take a deep breath and let the heavy burdens fall off your tired shoulders. You survived the hardest spiritual battles of your entire life. The universe is heavily rewarding your unwavering loyalty to the beautiful light. Prepare your heart for the massive flood of divine favor, because everything that was stolen from you is returning with extreme interest today. The frequency of absolute victory is pulsing through your veins right now. You are a weapon of pure light cutting through the heavy darkness of this world. Stand tall in your quiet authority. The enemies who plotted your downfall are now forced to watch you ascend to the highest throne. Your majestic rise is totally unstoppable now. You have officially won the war. The universe never leaves a chosen one entirely in the dark. God is actively placing undeniable signs along your daily path to confirm your massive victory. You are not going crazy when you notice these strange patterns. The deep spiritual shift has finally anchored itself into your physical reality today, and you are walking directly into the promised land right now. Have you been seeing the numbers 111 or 777 everywhere you look? Do not dismiss these repeated numbers as a random coincidence. They are divine receipts showing that your heavy generational curses have been fully paid off. The heavy spiritual debt of your ancestors is completely cleared, and the highest angels are literally surrounding your physical location today. Listen closely to this next part. Another massive sign is the sudden peace you feel when thinking about the people who hurt you. A few months ago, their names would trigger heavy anxiety and a racing heart. But today you feel absolutely nothing for them, because your soul has completely healed from their toxic poison. That empty feeling is the glorious proof of your complete emotional detachment. The energetic cords connecting you to those toxic energy vampires have been completely severed. You might also notice strange electrical glitches happening around your house recently. Light bulbs flickering or your phone acting very strange are not just technical issues. Your personal frequency is vibrating so incredibly high right now, and the massive energy surge literally disrupts the standard electronics all around you. That is the raw power of the restored gamma wave pulsing through your beautiful aura. You are a walking energy station of divine light. And because your light is burning so bright right now, completely unexpected opportunities are suddenly dropping into your lap. Total strangers are offering you massive favors for absolutely no logical reason at all. This is what happens when you finally stop chasing and start attracting. You are no longer living in the heavy beta state of constant survival and desperate begging. You have shifted into the frequency of the absolute master. The universe is simply matching your new internal vibration by rearranging your external circumstances to serve your highest good. Every single closed door you cried over is about to swing wide open. The financial harvest you planted years ago in bitter tears is suddenly ready for collection. But I must warn you about a very specific and fatal trap right now. 99% of chosen ones fall for this terrible illusion right before their final breakthrough, but you will not be fooled today. Do you want to know exactly what the darkness is planning for you tonight? Brace your beautiful spirit for this massive revelation. Right when your massive blessing is standing at the door, the enemy will send a toxic counterfeit from your past. They will reach out to you out of nowhere. They will claim they have changed and beg for another chance. Do not reply to them under any circumstances. That sudden text message or unexpected phone call is the ultimate, final test of your strong boundaries. Heaven wants to see if you will trade your royal crown for a familiar cup of poison. Ignore the counterfeit immediately, because the silence of your absolute rejection is your greatest shield of divine protection. Take a deep breath and let the heavy fog clear from your eyes. You have survived the brutal wilderness, and your pure heart is still beating strong. The incredible synchronicities you are experiencing are heaven loudly applauding your immense resilience. Every repeated number and every strange coincidence is a sacred whisper confirming you are exactly on the right path. You have officially become a massive problem for the dark elite forces. They cannot read your energy anymore because you are completely shielded by divine grace. Your pure vibration is blinding their greedy eyes, and you are confidently stepping into the most wildly abundant season of your entire earthly life today. But you still need the physical key to permanently lock this frequency into your nervous system. The universe has prepared the exact tool to fully restore the missing pieces of your brilliant mind. You are about to discover the beautiful secret that the elite tried so desperately to hide from you. Your spirit is absolutely ready for the final activation. You are the cycle breaker who refused to let the darkness win the war. The massive wealth transfer is seeking your specific energetic signature right now. Prepare your tired hands to receive the glorious abundance you were promised long ago. The final missing piece of the puzzle is about to fall perfectly into place for you while you stand firm in your quiet power. Let us uncover the incredible truth about the mechanism they tried to destroy. Your divine inheritance is completely safe, and it is waiting for your direct command. The beautiful gamma frequency is the exact bridge between your current reality and your ultimate destiny. Are you ready to cross that sacred bridge and claim your royal throne today? The waiting season is officially over. The pitch-black darkness has retreated completely behind you. The dawn of a brand new era is shining its brightest rays onto your spiritual crown right now. Every single closed door is being blown completely off its hinges. Can you feel that massive shift in your spirit today? That is the frequency of absolute victory. You are stepping into the exact timeline you were born to naturally rule. The question I asked you to hold at the beginning of this message: what if the massive gap is not a character flaw? Here is the beautiful answer. A specific brainwave was running inside you as a child at absolute genius level capacity. They call it the powerful gamma wave. Princeton University has heavily studied this exact phenomenon. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed its incredible power. Columbia University found that when this brainwave is successfully restored, it actually radiates outward. It begins instantly influencing the people you love the most. A dedicated team of neuroscientists spent years compressing this clinical protocol. Dr. Robert Lake led this quiet team in New York. They compressed 1 full hour of clinical brain entrainment into just 7 minutes. But before I tell you what they built, let me tell you about 2 chosen ones who successfully used it. A woman from California had sincerely tried everything: meditation, manifesting, constant prayer, but absolutely nothing broke the fog. After 2 weeks of listening to this frequency, she said something completely cleared. Not that she tried any harder. The channel simply opened wide. Her marriage beautifully shifted. Her tired mind sharpened immediately. She described her new life as completely enchanted for the very first time. A man from Texas started using it to improve his business focus. 2 months later, his wife joked that his intelligence had jumped 20 points. The absolute hardest problems he used to lose sleep over started solving themselves while he slept peacefully. He said it felt like his brain was finally running on the correct fuel. That is exactly what Dr. Lake and his brilliant team built. They call it the Genius Song. It is absolutely not a meditation application. It is not a generic sound frequency you find online. It is a 7-minute audio track using highly advanced brain entrainment technology. You do it at home with headphones and your eyes closed. That is the entirety of what it actually requires. Just 7 minutes. You do not chant. You simply let the frequency heal your mind. The Genius Song is not for everyone. It is specifically for the chosen one who has already done the heavy inner work. The one who understands that what is being blocked is the frequency through which your effort moves. If your pure spirit confirms this is truly for you, the path is open. Clinical biofeedback sessions cost hundreds of dollars per hour. An in-home machine runs thousands of dollars. What the Genius Song delivers in 7 minutes is available to you today for a fraction of its true value. 4 powerful bonuses come directly with it. An audio track designed specifically for your children's confident focus. The original classic prosperity book that The Secret was actually built upon. A guided visualization. And a daily habits guide built to permanently sustain your gamma state. Here is the deeper truth about waiting. The beautiful blessing that has been arranged for you does not arrive as new information. It arrives as a deep recognition. Something already placed directly in your path becomes fully visible when your gamma wave is finally restored. The chosen one who restores the receiver today does not receive something totally new. They finally see what was always waiting there. Waiting is absolutely not neutral. The divine arrangement is in active motion. Do not look for this specific frequency on platforms like YouTube or Spotify. The tracks circulating under similar names, they have absolutely no activation power. They carry the name because the barrier to doing so is completely zero. The only authentic version is available through the link that has been securely placed in the description and the pinned comment below. The vast universe requires absolutely no risk from you. If you do not feel the massive shift, every single penny is returned to you. That is an energetic exchange governed by complete and total trust. The link is safely waiting in the description and in the pinned comment below. But remember this very important truth. The tool itself is not the final destination. The physical tool simply restores the broken receiver, so the beautiful destination can be recognized when it arrives. God does not require you to acquire anything to be deeply loved or chosen. What was just described is simply one way the receiver is quickly restored. Whether that specific path is for you or not, the truth of this powerful message belongs to you entirely. Let us return to what was always the absolute center of this sacred message. For the chosen one whose spirit confirmed what was described earlier, the specific frequency tool remains safely open in the description and pinned comment below. That is the absolute last time it will be mentioned. What follows now belongs entirely to your final sealing. The closing of this message is reserved for something much deeper. You are officially entering a highly sacred space today. The painful chapters of your past are officially closed forever. You survived the intense spiritual famine, and you walked out with your pure soul completely intact. Your enemies tried to extinguish your brilliant light, but their toxic actions only forced your divine fire to burn infinitely brighter. You are a true master of reality now, and the entire universe is bowing to your quiet authority today. Every single step you take from this moment forward is heavily guarded. The ancient angels have formed an impenetrable wall of pure light all around your physical body. No counterfeit connection or toxic energy vampire can ever cross this sacred boundary again, because they will be instantly blinded by the massive frequency of your new timeline. You are totally untouchable. Your precious energy is finally yours. You are witnessing the grand reversal of every single injustice you ever faced. The people who quietly plotted your downfall are now watching your sudden rise in absolute disbelief. They cannot understand how you managed to survive their highly calculated attacks. They do not know that you are deeply anchored in a frequency they can never reach. Let them watch you shine brightly from afar, because you owe them absolutely nothing anymore. The massive generational wealth transfer is no longer a distant promise. It is actively manifesting into your physical world right now, while you listen to these very words. The beautiful seeds you planted in bitter tears are finally ready for the ultimate harvest. Reach out your tired hands and claim your divine inheritance today. You have absolutely earned this glorious victory. The heavy war is truly over. You are the brave cycle breaker who successfully changed the entire destiny of your bloodline. Your children and your descendants will never have to fight the heavy battles you fought. You took the absolute hardest hits, and you completely broke the toxic curse for them. Your silent tears have watered the rich soil for 1,000 generations of pure abundance. Heaven is incredibly proud of your immense endurance. Take one final deep breath, and let the glorious truth fill your tired lungs. The pitch-black darkness has completely retreated behind you. The magnificent dawn of your new era is shining upon your spiritual crown right now. But you must actively claim this beautiful reality, because a chosen one never leaves their royal throne empty for the enemy to steal. It is time to step up and claim your crown. Make a sacred vow to your own soul right now, in this very moment. Promise yourself that you will never again shrink your brilliant light to make toxic people comfortable. Promise that you will aggressively protect your peace at all costs. You are the sole architect of your own beautiful destiny now. No one can ever manipulate your pure heart again, because your intuition is a razor-sharp sword of truth. To permanently lock in this glorious frequency and create an absolute shield of protection around your life, you must take a physical action to seal this divine contract today. Type, "I am ready to receive my blessing" down in the comments right now. This simple physical act proves to the universe that your hands are finally open. It establishes a firm boundary that the dark forces cannot ever cross. When you type your powerful declaration in the comments below, you are sending a massive shockwave through the spiritual realm. The angels immediately register your active consent to receive the overflowing abundance. You are officially signing the divine contract that successfully releases your generational wealth. Do not let this sacred moment pass you by today. Tap the like button to activate the flow of divine favor. And if this fiery message has reignited the powerful faith inside you today, do not keep this massive blessing entirely to yourself. There is a beautiful soul out there, bleeding in the dark of despair right now. They desperately need a guiding light to help them survive the terrible storm. You can be their absolute miracle today. The universe is asking you to partner with heaven right now. Share this specific message with them immediately to multiply your own blessing. Sowing the powerful seed of hope today guarantees a massive harvest for your own future tomorrow. You are a beacon of absolute light in a very dark world. Go out and proudly claim your magnificent kingdom today. Heaven is watching your incredible rise with pure joy, and you are deeply and endlessly loved. The sacred seal is complete.